think we've got an issue going on in the world today. And if it's any indication what we're about ready to talk about, just look behind me and look behind Rude. We've got ourselves a mental illness epidemic out there. Let's get into this and see what we're talking about.
Let's dive in.
Lunatic is on the grass. Lunatic is on the grass.
Okay. I think we've all seen what's been going on in the world. And when you really dig down deep, and we're not going to hold back this time, we're not going to apologize. This is called satire. It's called humor. It's called our opinion, and we're just having fun with this as entertainment. But when you really dig down deep, if you look at these people, you have to admit some of these people really have a mental illness problem.
Well, and if you can't see it right off the bat, then maybe you're part of the problem.
You've got to be part of the problem.
You know?
Welcome everybody to the Rude Barn podcast. I am the Barn, and right next to me right here is my buddy.
What up? I'm the Rude.
The Rude. Yes, we have a mental illness problem going on, brother. Have you noticed anything around there when you're out and about?
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. That's kind of the thing. You know, we were me and Barn were having a nice little chat before the show started, and I think we both came to the conclusion that if you're not saying something and putting your foot down and really trying to inform these people who have this bout of mental illness, then you're part of the problem, because you're pushing it along. You know, you're saying it's okay.
Right.
You're giving them an open door to have this, to sit and bring their mental illness into everyday society.
Yeah, you're facilitating it.
Yes, facilitating it. Thank you.
Yeah.
And where it doesn't belong.
No, we're not doing these people any favors. And what we're talking about is not just transgender folks, or who we like to call trannies. We're not just calling them. We're calling your crazy nut job wacko neighbors, the Karens of the world, and anybody else who you see on a subway or on a bus climbing the freaking bars and rails and shit, and like walking all over people, and everybody else is sitting there like, oh my God, don't walk on, don't even look at me. I'm just riding the train.
Afraid to say anything because you're gonna hurt somebody's feelings.
Somebody's feel bad. You're gonna be hurt.
Or and I think that's we need to get back to a place to where we can say, hey, stop it.
Yeah.
Cut the shit.
Yeah.
Enough's enough already.
And stop. Yeah,
Exactly.
So here's a little problem, and this is something that's been kind of growing for the last several years. And I think a lot of you may have seen this dude, and it's a dude. Let's not fool each other. It's a dude. Oh my God. Welcome to the wonderful world of mental illness. Here we go. Check this guy out. Oh yeah, we've seen him before. This guy gets so overly offended by somebody misgendering him. I'm sorry, you're a dude, sir. And that's just the way it goes. I'm sorry. Hoo. Let's get in. I know we're being mean today, but you know what? We are the Rude Barn for a reason. And this is, again, we're trying to bring light and a little levity and a little humor to an entertainment, but talking about serious issues and underlying issues of these people is they have a mental illness problem. And we'll give some examples. This goes through for a few minutes, and we'll see all these different times this dude has been misgendered and how he gets all butthurt and bent out of shape about it. Let's check this out.
Looks like he's having a nice feast.
She, her. Okay. Yeah, it's okay. It's all good.
But it was not all good.
I use she, her pronouns. I'm not sir.
Oh,
yeah, like it's like a knife in the heart. I did specifically ask ahead of time not to be called sir. Yeah, I'm just gonna go.
Okay?
Okay. The Sweetwater starts at
Yes,
okay.
sir.
Not.
I mean, I'm so sorry. I apologize.
I'm so sorry.
It's always like a knife. It always hurts
Oh,
every
oh.
single time. I was wondering if there's a manager I could talk to about
Okay,
something that
princess.
happened. Yeah, I was called sir. It just really sucks
Oh,
every
no.
time it happens.
You're gonna talk to the
I don't need to
manager?
be called ma'am.
I know.
I just need to not be called sir. You know?
It just needed
Thank you.
not.
What the fuck do you want to be called?
Can you call
then?
me sir?
It?
I
He
just
heard,
want to tell
apparently.
you that the person who gave me this called me sir.
Oh no. Kill
Called
them.
me sir.
Kill them.
It's just like it kind of just hurts a lot to get called sir.
Ding.
Oh, sorry about that. Okay.
Very good. Thank you so much. No. Oh, yeah. Thank you.
All he's doing is eliciting a response
Nothing like
and
a good
wanting
misgendering.
attention.
It is.
It's
knife
a
in
mental
the gut
illness
when I get
problem
called
in and
sir.
of itself.
I feel like I need to tell
Right?
him.
Well,
I need to tell him that hurt. It
Oh,
hurt.
poor baby.
the thing is, though, too, is she,
He, dude,
they,
he.
Mr. 5 o'clock fucking shadow,
Oh,
with lipstick on, obviously, he's recording for a reason,
Attention.
and yeah, and it's just like, and obviously, in all these places are restaurants,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, and dressed very androgynously,
Right.
so it could go either way.
I mean, even if he was
and-
wearing one of those little mini skirts, whatever. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
He's a weirdo.
I mean, and that's kind of the thing. It's like he's just vying for the attention. You know what I mean? And isn't this it thing a TikTok star or some shit like
Yeah,
that? Isn't that-
'cause-
yeah,
Because he's got a ton of these videos,
yeah.
and yeah, he's just vying for attention. He's trying to play the martyr, you know, and it's like it's a little ridiculous. And these people are not being rude. They're not being insensitive. They're trying to be polite, courteous, and professional and say, "Yes, sir, let me get that." Because even they, the second they look at him, he's a dude.
Yeah, this is a dude. Yeah,
It's a dude. Yeah. So this guy is just trying to make an issue out of it and all of that, and it's just ridiculous. Let's look a little bit more just to see the psychotic nature of this mental patient that should be locked up. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I hurt somebody's feelings? Anyway, we're just having fun. Look at this guy.
Though, and it's not intentional because it means like this is sir to him. I know you didn't mean it, but I'm
That
not a
is
sir.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I know you didn't mean it. It's
A lot
just
of dudes
you know,
have long hair.
it
dude.
hurts.
You go to
I know
rock
when
stars.
people clock me, it's
So
fine,
just
but
having
like
curly long hair doesn't make you.
Thank you. I'm not sir.
Hey, real quick, ladies, how many of you like to go out and dress like this?
yeah. You.
I mean,
That's
He's
the
a-
thing.
Dylan Mulvaney, they're like caricatures of what women should be insulted by these
It's
bitches.
very insulted, and
Yeah.
like, look, he's even got the hat on the dog, you know, and the scarf and the sailor
I
crop
just noticed
top.
that
I mean,
again.
come on, man.
It's like, oh my god, it's like those videos. Do you look like your dog?
Like, if you didn't know better, you think that they were just doing this for a joke. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
Just
a prank.
like is
Am I
yeah,
being
a prank.
Yeah. I mean, it just goes on. I mean, just look a little more.
Not sir.
Not sir.
Not sir. But the guy who dropped
Belly shirt and
the
the
food off,
belly sticking.
he
out.
called me sir twice in a row.
Oh no, not twice in a row.
Didn't know that. And
3 times
Thank
off
you, I
with his
appreciate
head.
I am not sir.
Yeah, you are.
Do you
You
want
know
to
you're a man, right?
hundreds and hundreds of people watching you?
Hundreds and hundreds.
Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead. You just called me a man. Don't be a coward.
Yeah,
Don't be a
call
coward.
me man again. Don't be a coward.
Yeah, you're a coward. Come on over. Say what you got to say to me. Oh, you don't want to call me a man to my face?
Oh,
Come
I
on
will.
over.
I'll be more than
What do
happy.
you got to say? What do you got to say about transgender people? Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I did not know this man was trans.
Bullshit.
Wait, what do you go by? What do you go by?
Does it matter?
It does, because I'm asking you.
Apparently.
Say what you got to say. There's a lot of
Real
people
quick,
watching.
You just did.
real question is, it doesn't matter if you're transgender or not.
Are you with that? Are you with the people that march and be like, we're coming for your kids? That's where it's bad. That's when it gets bad.
Not wrong.
Oh, you need to stay up. What's your name? Me? K.
K?
K.
K-A-Y?
K-A-Y.
Okay, what's your name?
Which could be a girl's name too.
You certainly don't. What's
My
your name?
name's JJ, and is y'all thing a cult? It's like LGBTQL.
Nailed it. You guys are in a cult.
Hey, that's what happens when you want to give real people a fucking forum on your I don't.
Oh,
I don't know. I think he got what he desered there. So, you know you're a man, right?
Right. You know you're a dude, right? You're a man. Yeah. Yeah. You do know you're 2 X chromosomes. You probably have a couple balls still hanging down there, don't you?
Yeah.
And if you got them cut off, you just made my case that you are mentally ill.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you
Yeah,
can't be in a right mind to want to do that.
Well, I was having a conversation with a friend of mine, and she's friends of the LGBT community, right? She's a hairdresser, so she gets this a lot. You know what I mean? And in her line of work, and all this kind
Shocker.
of stuff.
I know.
You're right, but she was saying that it's a lot of the times what's happening is it's natural thoughts and feelings and weird stuff that's going on in hormonal changes as kids are starting to go through puberty, and they're starting to go through younger and younger and younger. I can yeah, and I can vouch for that, myself with my youngsters, and it's kind of like a it's a little scary, but it's something that you have to think about, and you have to think about it in terms of this, because if you don't handle those hormones correctly, and if you don't give your children the tools to handle those feelings and talk to them about them, and really kind of steer them in the correct direction, then this is what you get.
That's exactly the point right there. What you just said. Steer them in the correct direction. And people will argue, well, what's the correct direction? I think the correct direction would be to take the little boy and make sure he knows he's a little girl and that he should have the surgeries and everything else and all this shit. When really isn't the correct direction to kind of put them back into, oh, but then you're being mean. You're not letting them be themselves. I mean, I've heard the arguments back.
But the thing is like children
guys,
are not. Yeah, they are not mentally equipped enough to make these decisions for themselves.
Yeah,
people, they can have these thoughts, they can have these ideas, but they are not mentally equipped to make these sort of decisions for themselves.
Yeah,
and we have to stop saying that by telling them that they're wrong, that we're going to screw up their whole life. By saying no to them, we're screwing up their whole life, and we're not letting them be themselves. Oh yeah, they can be themselves all they want.
Right.
But sometimes you gotta say no. No.
Yeah.
It's
right to run across traffic. Well, I'm saying no, it's not a good decision you're making, right?
Right.
I mean, where do you draw the line on that?
Well, I think it goes back to that whole, and this has kind of happened in this last generation, Barn, where we said, okay, we can't spank our children anymore.
Oh yeah,
we have to give them time out, and we have to talk to them about their feelings. We can talk to them about their feelings, sure, after they get their ass blistered for not doing what they're supposed to do, right? And I'm a big fan of both. You know what I mean?
Capital punishment. I mean, parental. No, you're okay. So when I was a kid, I know this is gonna be hard to believe, but I got spanked quite a bit.
Yeah.
I was doing some fun things that I thought were great, and they really weren't, according to my mama. And my dad would never spank because he was afraid he'd hurt us because he'd hit too hard. Right. Anyway, so he left the corporal punishment up to my mom.
To mom, yeah.
To mom. So mom apparently had no problem at all. Taking a, and she always with her hands. She never did a board or anything. She's, I need to be able to feel the pain. Also, I just want to bond with my child who I'm spanking right now. And I don't look at spanking as a mean corporal punishment, but she would spank. So I, after a while, like, I hate you. I did all that shit as when I was younger. And I'd turn around, look in the mirror in my bedroom, and have this big old red handprint right in my ass. Not all that shit. Well, as I got older, spankings, still continued until I got to a point where my mom decided to come in and spank me for something I did. Lord knows, the little angel wasn't always a little angel. And I don't know, whatever.
Right.
And she started spanking me, and I started laughing my ass off. I was just like, and then she looks at me and she goes, well, I guess I can't spank you anymore. And I'm like, nope, you can't.
Too old for that.
I was all smug little shit that I was. I was a good kid, don't get me wrong. But, there were some things. But they kept me in line. But every single time that they would come in or punish me, or I would get the spankings earlier, a couple hours later, they'd always come in the room and say, do you understand why we spanked you, or mom spanked you, or whatever? And then I explained. I was like, and then after that, I was just, like, oh yeah, okay, I appreciate, I love you too, and no. And everything was fine. But I mean, the second it happened, I was like, fuck you, mom. Yeah. Damn it, all that shit.
I'm gonna go live with grandma.
Yeah. Right. All that shit. But then they would come in later, and then I felt bad.
Yeah, it's
I feel bad that I flipped you off.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I know I broke your flower pot.
Yeah, so I think so what we're saying is, are all of these? We don't know. Are we just saying is we're question everything? We're just wondering.
Yeah,
are these people a product of timeouts? Are they a product of go sit in the corner, or we're going to take your Nintendo away from you right now, and not actually have some sort of, normal, because you have the argument, spanking is bad, blah, blah. I think we turned out pretty good overall, and it's not like I was ever beat. There's never the belt, never a board, never a plank to spank you. I mean, I got swatted in elementary school, and I got that. But see, this is where innovation comes in, when you learn how to deal with these situations. So we knew we were going to go get a couple. Friend and I were in elementary school. Go to the principal's office, and so you know what we did? We went to the boys' bathroom first, grabbed a bunch of paper towels, rolled them up, put it right in your underwear. Yeah. Mitigated the pain. Genius, actually. And I think it was 2 or 3 times throughout elementary school, I got called in because I was a little prankster, little, funny, had to always be, saying funny shit or whatever in class. And so I was disruptive. Are you catching a theme of how shit's been going these days? Disruptive. And now we've got to, but I got punished for it. And, I some people may argue I didn't come out okay, but I think I came out okay.
Well, that's and that's the kind of the whole thing. I mean, I think this is a product of the soft parenting. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's sad, to be honest, and it's a sad thing to see, because here's your direct result. This is what you're giving us now. Yeah. And this is the next generation of future fucking leaders. Are you kidding me?
I know. Oh my God! It's the softball. It's oh my God! Don't remember the phrase "sticks and stones can break my bones, but names will never hurt me." You remember the little bastards that used to "sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will never hurt." Oh, shut up, you little bastard! And dipshit, you get punched in the arm. No, actually, they were right. Sticks and stones can break your bones, but names should never fucking hurt you. But these mental patients let names hurt them, and they call speech violence, and they call it an attack, and things like oh my God, you never were spanked as a kid doing the bad things, and were never punished for the shit you pulled, were you?
Well, that's kind of the whole thing too. Is you gotta let names hurt you just a little bit.
Yeah,
You-
it makes
and
you
you
learn
got-
to deal with it.
Yes, you got to learn to deal with it. And I've got some opposition on this, and I'm in agreement with it. My brother brought up the point is like, when are we bringing bullies back? And
Yeah.
we talked about this before on other.
We just
casts.
voted him back in, by the way, into the White House.
Yeah, exactly. Is I think bullies are necessary. You know what I mean? I think
to
bullies-
absolutely, to a degree, absolutely.
to a degree, yeah. And it's for mental hardening,
Yep.
and it's
Oh,
for and those things. I'm not saying necessarily like, they're
It's
an
tough love.
absolute. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough love.
Very
And
tough love's needed. Yeah.
I know people that have been bullied that they've let it control their entire lives now as adults, and I'm like, okay, well, that's whose fault is that?
Right.
You know what I mean? You didn't stand up to it. You didn't say stop. You didn't push back. You didn't talk back. You just kind of let this person walk all over you. Well, that's it's nobody's fault but your own. And I'm sorry, but I think to gain that mental toughness now that we need kind of as a society, and just to be able to let a few things roll off like this guy,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Sitting at the things like, who cares?
I've got another one to show you next. So,
Roll it.
Well, yeah, and real quick too, it's like we can see this type of personality in our government, the Jamie Raskins of the world, the people who complain that there's misinformation and disinformation. Like, oh my God, you people think we're too stupid to decipher the difference between what's truth and what's not, that you have to be the order of the commandment that this is bad and this is good. Based on what you agree with or what I agree with? And,
Right.
And if you're going to say what I'm saying differs from what you're saying, that's disinformation and bad and should be censored, we're going to do a next video on that. This is the type of person you get, and we allow these people to get away with this shit, and then they try to push all of their little insecurities onto everybody else, and we have to deal with it. And guess what? We're dealing with this shit with tough love today and a little bit of ridicule and humiliation along the way, because this is what a lot of these people deserve. And are we being insensitive? Damn rights we are.
Yep.
And rightly so.
So everybody's been too sensitive for too long. Enough is enough.
Yeah, and we're just going full throttle today. I'm sorry. We're not going to apologize for anything, because we're kind of making fun of the fact that these people need to grow up. Need to grow up a little bit. Tough love. That's what we're doing. We're dealing that out today, dishing it out. So now check these guys. We'll roll through a few more of these. So we won't have quite a long diatribe as we just did on that. But that was really kind of to get into the whole thing. So let's just go on with a few more, and then we'll make some more comments as we go. So check this dude out. This is yet another mental patient.
So I got served today at the pharmacy, and I'm not saying men can't look like this, because please go off, kings.
No, go off, kings. No,
I'm not doing damage to masculinity. I think y'all are when you serve me, when you call me a man, right? Like, I'm not a man. Don't consider me for the pool of men. And
we don't.
The people who are like, oh, masculinity is in decline. Well, stop thinking I'm doing anything with it. I'm not part of that equation. Count me out.
Oh, we do.
Oh, we have.
You're out. You're out, buddy. You are out. You are out, pal. No worries there. You are not part of the male masculine pool.
Yeah, we don't count you as one of us.
We don't count you in there at all. I'm just letting you know. Here's another one that's a little bit older, but it makes the point how long this shit's been going on, and it's just like, if I don't know how I would react to somebody. It would depend on. I'm usually pretty cordial and pretty respectful, but if somebody continues to push and whatnot, I might react a little differently than this guy did. And bless his little heart, he was trying to deal with this guy who's just unfreaking hinged. So check this out right now, because this is just...
Why you want to record me?
Because your entire staff has been calling me sir.
Okay. You're the one handling the credit card,
but
correct?
Look at me.
Okay, you're the
right?
one. Okay, yeah. I can look at you.
Dude,
what about me is presenting what you would call masculine right now? If you didn't see the name on my credit card and you were quickly handing me my card back, would you have said
Okay, ma'am.
something?
What would you like me to do, ma'am? What are you? So I can call you. What are you?
No.
What are you? Just
Why
what
does
are
it
you?
matter?
No. What are you?
But then he's asking, what do you want me to call you then?
No, it
And
doesn't
this
matter.
Prick doesn't answer, doesn't let him. I mean, give him. He's trying to be as nice as he can, and you're treating him like shit.
Mm-hmm.
And you're trying to make him feel bad when you're the mental patient who is going off on this poor guy who's just trying to take care of you.
And then then you don't want to give him an answer just so you can bitch about it. That's
because you're filming
absolute
him.
bullshit.
Yeah, you're trying to humiliate this poor guy.
Mm-hmm.
This is the type. Oh man, let's finish this off real quick.
Why does it matter?
What are you?
Why does it matter?
Oh, it doesn't matter to you. But to me, I'm a male.
Damn right you are, buddy.
Okay.
Okay.
So, what are you? So I can call you a sir or ma'am. What are you?
What would you assume looking at me?
Dude.
What are you?
You're a dude.
What would you assume looking at me?
I assume that you're a man. Okay?
Yes, you are.
What you want?
Nailed it.
Yes,
Dude,
yeah.
a dude who's a mental patient.
You are a dude dressed in drag. Yeah.
Dressed in drag, exactly. Oh my god. I mean, oh my god. We have a ton of these. Well, not a ton, but we have a few. I mean, is this not answering or validating everything we just ranted about shortly ago?
Yeah, I mean it's in full view, you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, these people. There's something else behind all of this that's going on that I think people need to realize. It's not that we're trying to be insensitive to people who do have these issues, these problems. They're mentally insane, and there's something beyond this because it's more than just you're not calling me sir, I'm a man, and have this whiny bitchy little girl ass voice from a big dude who's I mean, there's something right. There's got to be something else underlying. And is it the narrative they're trying to push? Is it I want more rights because I'm a freak, therefore you should see me, and things like that.
Well, and that's kind of like one of the things that bothers me too is they're talking about trans right and LGBT rights and all this kind of thing. No, you know what? You have the same rights as everybody else. It's called human rights.
Right.
Now, I'm not going to give you the right to, walk into a girl's bathroom if you have, a tackle box rolling. Yeah. That's a right that you don't get. I'm sorry. That's a right that you don't get, friend.
And that's all they're trying to push is stuff like that.
Right. And what is that? That's diving into our youth. They're trying to get to the youth and get to the youth and get to the youth. No, fuck that. No, it's not happening. It's not happening on my watch. I'm sorry.
They want to be able to do whatever they want to do. They want impunity. They want impunity to do whatever they want.
Yeah. And
it's like the Black Lives Matter thing. You can't arrest a black guy who's committing a crime because he's black, because that's racist. And when you say that, now all of a sudden you can't arrest him and then they can get away with it, and they continue to get, and then they do more and more. You know what I mean? It's the same thing here. It's like you want more rights. You want to be able to do whatever you want because you have this perceived, whether it's real or not, perceived mental crazy illness that you are something you aren't.
Yeah, and you want us to play along with that. I'm not playing that game.
And then you argue with us when we ask you, well, then what would you like me to call you?
That doesn't matter, does it? Well, then why are you bitching if it doesn't matter? Right?
Stop making an issue of it and just answer the question, because I'm trying to abide by what you would like me to call you. What do you want me to call you?
Yeah.
I mean, it goes on and on. And here's a little bit more. This is only 30 seconds. Are you seeing the mental illness?
You are harassing me.
Are you not listening? I'm a human being followed by a man who's not a turtle.
How can we tell you got a mask?
I thought you were a
over your
dude.
face
Oh, my bad.
and everything else.
I didn't know that. Sorry,
But
sir.
you do have red finger.
Ma'am, I mean. Ma'am.
Get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out of here!
You want to come over? Let me know. Let's talk. Let's break bread.
But that's
Oh
the
my
whole
God.
thing, though, too. Like,
Are you really
literally
a chick? Come on.
But the thing is like, okay, hide your face, hide your head, and make it completely unobvious what you want to be called or what you're identifying as, and then you get the assumptions because you're dressed it like you are and your body structure is of this or that, and then you want to make it an issue. So literally you're going out there to literally cause a problem that really
doesn't exist,
is not there, and it's nobody's problem except your own.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, have you ever watched someone and you can't tell it's just a person, they're far away, or they're in a hoodie and they're running or walking by somewhere, and it's like with the Olympics in France, and they had one of the opening ceremonies where they had this person fully masked and in a bodysuit or I can't remember what they were on, and you see them walking and running or walking and all that, and I can tell, and I think you can too, I can tell immediately, chick.
Yeah.
That's not a dude, that's a chick. I could tell. You could just tell. Women walk differently than men do.
Yeah. It's a different gait because our bodies are built different.
Right. Yeah, something to do with hips, bone structure, being able to have children.
Birthing. Yeah, exactly.
Birthing hips, as we
Little
like to
bit-
call them. Birthing
yeah.
hips.
Love me some birthing hips.
I like them birthing hips there, Sally. You're looking good. Yeah, let's have 20 kids together. You're looking, yeah, and but that's it. It's like that guy was a dude.
Yeah.
Chicks don't walk like that. Chicks don't act like that. I don't care how badass you think you are, and if you're one of the more masculine looking lesbians out there and all of that, you still don't walk that way and carry yourself that way. That is a dude, and how he carries a dude. I'm just saying.
It
right?
is, and that's the kind of comical thing about it is like, your body structure and your body language says it all before I even see your face or your your nail polish or whatever, you know what I mean? And you can, again with the mental illness, it's like you can think that you're whatever, but when it comes down to it, just embrace what you were born with and as, and go down that road. And if and I guess it's almost an excuse because I can get the I don't feel right in my body, but that goes back to the whole hormones things.
Right.
Like nobody feels right in their body then, but you can't base your entire life's identity on how you felt different at 13.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, and look at Bruce / Caitlyn Jenner. Okay, Bruce Jenner in the 1976 Olympics was the decathlon champion. That's 10 events. Okay, and it was track and field. It was pole vaulting. It was throwing the spear thing. It was shot putting. All these things. Long jump, etc., etc. Man's man. Wheaties box cover. He was the epitome of male athletes, proud American. But he always said I always felt like a woman. Okay, great. I get it. I understand. No problem with that. And when he was late 60s, early 70s, can't remember when he decided to do the transition.
Yeah.
He made that choice to do it. But I don't see videos of him, but I'm still going to call him. And he was born that. You're born XX. I throw my Dos Equis beer bottle up right now. You can change the label on it, but it's still Dos Equis beer inside, right?
Inside,
Okay, we
yeah.
did that analogy last time. I'm
Yeah,
going
it's
to use that from
great.
here on out.
Great analogy.
Right. And it's apropos. But he's always, it's like, you could put on all the makeup, you could put the nails on, you could do all this stuff, you can add the boobs, you can, do whatever, you can cut the junk off. And there have been a few transsexual people who, there's one that transitioned to a perceived female, because I don't want to say you transition to a woman, because you're still always a man. But did a damn good job that you would sit there and go, wow, you're gorgeous.
Right.
And they were, and they are, or whatever. This was many, many years ago, before all this was mainstream. And it was like, oh my God, but you're still a guy inside. You're still a dude inside. I'm sorry. You can hand all you want. You can dress the bottle up in a new label and put a ribbon around it, and and put a different bottle cap on top, but it's still Dos Equis beer inside, and it's what it is. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and I mean, and maybe if you believe in reincarnation, maybe next time you can come back as a woman. But at this time, you're a dude.
But stop making a big freaking deal about it with everybody.
Well, and I guess that's another thing too. It's like, why does it have to be everybody else's problem?
Right.
Because you feel one way or another on the inside. Okay.
Yeah.
That's your problem. It's in your head. You know what I mean?
You need to deal with it. You made this decision.
And even with the, the funny thing is, and I think we might have talked about this, is how, how the LGBTQ plus whatever, movement, how they've kind of brought themselves to the mainstream, right? And
they forced themselves in the mainstream.
Yeah,
I think that's what you said. Yeah.
But when did it become anybody's business what you do behind closed doors? Because I don't
made it our business. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't feel the need to shout it from the hilltops.
Yeah,
who I sleep with, what I do behind closed doors. No, that's my business.
I'm a lesbian.
Right.
Then you hear from the other side, we don't care.
Well, the funny thing is, it's gone so far that even the lesbians and the gays, they're like, they're like shun away from this shit. They're like, that ain't us, man. That's those crazies over there. Yeah. You know what I mean? And when it's coming down to that, I think it's funny because they're the major catalyst on maybe getting the awareness out there. And there's one thing. Awareness is one thing, but at the same time, and acceptance is another thing. Well, but at the same time, trying to mold a whole society around what you do in the bedroom and whether you want to cut your junk off or not, that's not our problem, man.
Right. And it shouldn't be our problem or any of our business.
Right.
And you need to stop getting offended. Because you get offended, you're now really kind of pissing more people off. Like those kids that came up to that dumbass at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, if you just stop making a big deal of it and stop filming yourself every single time, provoking people. I mean, you're dressed like a freaking fool. You're a caricature of women. Women should be like, that doesn't represent us. So stop trying to be a caricature of us. You're making fun of us now.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised more women aren't pissed off about this stuff.
Me too.
And I'm surprised more women aren't pissed off about the fact that these dudes are trying to get in sports and go to the women's restrooms and women's locker rooms and win the events that they're vying for either a college scholarship or God knows, whatever it is.
Yeah.
They're losing out, and we're canceling women out, and we're putting a dude in as a Miss America or something like, oh my God, do you women not see what the hell is going on with this?
Yeah.
I don't want
literally-
to see that. I want your daughters, I want my daughters, I want every woman I know to have her place. That's why we have Title IX. That's why we have separation of sports for men and women, because they're different, and we don't want you to get hurt. We want you to have a form and a place of your own, because you're not a guy, and we're not. I don't want to cancel that.
No, I mean, it's something, and that's another thing too.
Right.
Like, you know, women have worked long and hard to get these things for themselves.
Yeah.
And so they could win a trophy for themselves. So they could do this. So they could do that. So they could have their Olympic
Compete on an
games
even playing
and
field.
like
Yeah.
that. Yeah. And you're exactly right. And at the same athletic level that they are, because when you look at it, it's just not fair. You know, men are built different. They're built more athletic. They're built, you know, bigger, stronger, faster. You know what I mean? And they're always going to dominate. And it's not fair for the women who have worked so hard to get these things for themselves just to be canceled out by, you know, someone who has a mental illness.
And you look at it, and I didn't bring the videos, but we've all seen them in the past, or the Leah Thomases of the world, who the swimming event, you know, and it was a dude, still is a dude, who competed in men's swimming, but he couldn't win anything because he, quite frankly, wasn't that good compared to the other swimmers, male swimmers out there.
Yeah.
So this mental midget decided to, well, you know what? My mental illness, or deception, which is a mental illness, and everything I want to do is to compete and say I'm a woman and compete in the women's category. And then all of a sudden he's winning all these things left and right because he's a dude. And these women are, you know, some of them weren't that far behind him in some of these victories he won. He barely beat them. You know, and that's mental illness, to think that you can sit there and say, yeah, I'm a girl, I'm going to compete in girls' sports, and then you try to dominate. And
just so I can win a trophy. I mean,
Right.
come on.
did we not see the interview that Serena Williams did on, it was like Letterman or one of the late night shows prior to the trio of buffoons that are on there right now? I think. But it was something, and it could have been with one of them, I can't remember. But anyway, she's saying, yeah, I mean, you know, I'm the greatest women's tennis player, you know, for this era. She didn't say that, but I'm just saying. And she goes, yeah, if I were competing against a man, I would maybe barely be able to beat the 400th or whatever ranked male tennis player. 400th.
Yeah.
Okay, she's good. She can kick my ass because I don't play tennis hardly. I enjoy it when I do play it. I can hold my own for a little bit, but I am at nowhere near any level to compete against any guys, let alone any of these female women tennis players. But if you play the sport, like I played volleyball, okay? Played volleyball in college, and the men's team used to practice against the women's team. Now, the women's net's a little lower. It's 7'4". Men's net's 8 foot. But the coach wanted us to play against his girls because they were Division I, Title IX, so they had to pick a women's sport, and it was volleyball. Men's sport, we had to be a club. But we would still play them. So we weren't even really organized. We were just like, I was a player coach, you know, and having a good time. And we still kicked their asses, and we tried not to hit the ball too hard at them and things like that because we know that we could hurt them.
Yeah,
if the
some
ball
nose,
hit
yeah.
out, you know, they knocked them in the face or something like that. We got hit in the face all the time from guys hitting the ball at fucking 100 miles an hour coming down. And we get hit, we get a red mark on our face, but men and women are built differently, and a woman would have been concussed. I mean, the ball's not real hard. I mean, it's soft enough, but it
still
can do some damage. Yeah,
Yeah,
you can break your
coming at
nose
you
with
at
it. if it hits you
120.
right.
Yeah.
And so we had to bring it back a little, you know, like to calm down. So yeah, it's crazy, and I don't want to see this go on. And like you said, there's a gal who's a lesbian, who's a TikToker, who is putting out stuff and talking about this stuff and saying, you know, hey, it's great, but she's like, but when it comes to kids, off limits. When it comes to, you know, canceling out women and women's sports, you know, all this stuff. And she was a lesbian, and I'm like, right on, sister.
Yeah,
that's perfect. That is what I think a majority of the LG community is they don't want the T's, because the T's are pushing this agenda, and that's why I don't like the movement.
Right.
The movement is a crock of shit.
Yeah.
You know, and it gives people who are legit, like, don't mess with our kids. You know, I may be gay, I may be a lesbian or whatever. I don't agree with all that. You know, and that's making us look bad, and it's painting a picture of all of us in together, and it's bad. So we've got to really stop this mental coddling that we're doing. And here's yet another video of this guy that you can tell this is a dude right off the bat. If there's any question, you're either fooling yourself or you are really got your head in the sand, dude, because I'm telling you, this guy is easily a dude, and how he interacts. And this is the type of shit that we're talking about. And these are the people that we're making fun of, because this is just over the top asinine.
You're going to give me my fucking money back.
Excuse me, sir. There's a young man in here.
I told her, so excuse me, it's ma'am. It is ma'am.
Oh, is it?
You need to settle down and mind your business, okay?
So from a few years ago.
Once again, ma'am.
I said both of you.
No, you said sir. Once again, it's ma'am.
I actually said both of you guys. It was general.
Right beforehand, you fucking said sir. Motherfucker, take it outside. If you want to call me sir again, I will show you a fucking sir.
I apologize.
Motherfucker.
Oh, and nobody goes to arrest this guy for damaging property in this place.
Right. Call them and talk about how it's misgendered.
But this guy's going to complain he was misgendered and go off with little kids in the store saying F off and F you and kicking, you know, displays over and all this shit, creating damage. And nobody's going to do anything because he was misgendered.
Yeah. You know, and are these the kind of rights that you're looking for? That you can, you know, that you can scream and kick and yell and do anything and not, you know, suffer any consequences because you are misgendered and you deserve a pass.
I didn't hear that guy behind the counter be rude to him, did you?
No, I think he was just trying to be
figure out. Yeah, right.
Yeah, like, I don't know what's going on here, pal.
Yeah, I mean, this is the type of shit I'm talking about. And this is if you don't think that guy's mentally deranged, you're crazy.
Several times in the store. I need your corporate number now. Get it for me now.
Such a beautiful, feminine.
Give me your corporate number. Well, I'm going to ask you for the fifth time to stop calling me a man, because quite clearly I am not.
No, clearly, you're not a chick.
Yeah, after you said, let's take it outside and I'll show you, sir. Yeah, right. Clearly you're not a man. Get the freaking hell out of here, man.
I mean, and it just goes on, and we're showing some of these other trannies. I've got some other ones coming as well that show that it's not just the trannies we're talking about who have a mental problem. Now, check out this guy and what he says, because this is baffling to me as well.
Hello, sir. How are you doing today? Okay, I'm not really sure though. I don't even like that word. Oh, I'm so sorry. What can I call you? I don't know. You don't even have to call me by my name, but I just don't like the word sir. I'll keep those gendered language out of my vocabulary. Not that it's gendered. It's just some kind of, like, I wouldn't call, like, you know, madame also. Nothing to do with gender. It's to do with it's some kind of you know, authority. My bad. My bad. You were looking for like some special brownies or something. You know where we can find that? What?
I mean, seriously, dude? And we allow this shit?
Well, and then that's the thing too. Like, I was raised with manners.
Yeah.
For sir and ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
Right.
Just for manners. And now we can't have simple manners anymore. The manners are out the window because you might get misgendered. I mean, come on, man. I don't know how many games we're supposed to play with these people. Like, I you know, after a while, it's like, I don't even want to go outside anymore because of this shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't want to be caught in some sort of stupid mental illness circle because
I don't know how
because
I
I was
would.
trying to use manners, and then now you're upset because you're misgendered. Get out of town, man.
I don't know how I would react. It would depend on my mood, I think. It would depend on my mood. It would depend on, have I been frustrated with work because I'm trying to get some stuff done and I can't figure it out, or the client is going, oh, I don't like that. And you're just like, oh, well, what do you want? Same type of thing. What do you want? Well, I don't know what I want, but that's not it. I don't know what you call me, but that's not it. Like, well, sir, ma'am, no, don't call me sir, man. I mean, same. Anyway, you see the cross. Anyway, so I just sit there and like, how would I deal with it? If I was in a jovial, funny mood, I'd probably start messing with them a little bit when they react, because I would be reactionary to how they reacted to me just trying to be nice, cordial, friendly, a human being.
Well, and I could just see me chuckling and walking away like,
okay, whatever, dude.
Shit. Yeah, it's like, I'm not.
Then I would purposely say, dude.
Yeah, dude. Sorry, dude.
Whatever.
I'm out of here.
I'm out of here, dude.
Just give me my popcorn, man. Let me watch the movie.
Because that's how I can be when I want to be. Like, we all can be assholes if we want to be. Anyway, here's yet another one, and then we're going to get into the Karens and stuff like that. I mean, I'm telling you, we have a mental illness crisis in this country.
Imagine being trans and trying to go get your medication.
I can't imagine.
And I literally walk up there, the lady on the phone. She's like, oh, can I have her last name? And so I give it to her. She's like, oh, okay, I'll meet you out there and I'll give you your prescription, right? So I'm waiting and she comes out and then she says, oh, is this for? And then she says my dead name.
Oh, because she should know what your real name is.
Yeah.
Why are we supposed to know all of these things about 8 billion people in the freaking world?
How the hell? Unless you're wearing a fucking sign, how are we supposed to know that?
And now you're all butthurt because somebody called you your perceived dead name, which is only a dead name because you think it's dead. It's actually still your name.
When it's on your license,
it's on your license. Yeah, it's on your license. It's on your, utility bills,
certificate,
card.
Your utility bills. Yeah, it's on your water bill, but it's your dead name. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you need a passport. You got to have a birth certificate initially, and so, but that's my head. Then you got to go petition because my passport has my dead name on it. It's like, okay, how do they deal with that? How is it like? Well, wait a minute. You can call yourself, Bambi or a unicorn, but I need to know what I really need to identify you as so that I know that if you commit a crime on the plane, we know who we're arresting, not some
we know who we're dealing
Bambi
with.
Character. Let's listen to the last little bit of this one and move on to some more because mental illness runs rampant.
My name is Rylan.
Sir, I made a terrible mistake.
And she just looks at me. And then she puts the medication on the table and shuts the door and locks it behind her.
This conversation is over.
Oh my God.
Imagine being
So she says, imagine being trans. So I'm thinking, okay, so are you a chick trying to transition to a dude who still looks like a chick, but you want to be called the dude? I'm confused here.
Very. Well, and that's kind of the thing. I mean, they leave us no room for speculation, but then don't say what it is they are anyway. So we're left to guess, and I mean, it's a crapshoot. You know what I mean? It's a 50-50 chance. We're gonna be wrong, and even if we're right, we're gonna be wrong because they're gonna try to call you out on what you thought they were anyway. It's like you can't win with these people.
Yeah, it's minority.
You know what I mean,
dude?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's not. I mean, look at this. That's a chick all day long.
Yeah.
I mean, unless this is a dude who has actually transitioned to a chick, well, then figure it out. I mean, it's confusing, and I'm not saying I have all the answers, but when you get so upset, it makes everybody else absolutely, like us, freaking nuts. Stop.
Yeah.
Grow the F up and figure out your shit or something, and stop being so upset and just deal with it. It's like, no, my name's now Riley or whatever the fuck her name is right now. You know what I mean? It's how when you react like this is where the ridiculousness comes out, and you should be locked up in a mental hospital. We should bring those back.
Yeah, we should bring those back.
I'm just saying. Oh, but you're so insensitive. Yep, I am.
Well, then you have the ones that are changing their identity from week to week and not sending out a memo to the world.
Oh,
so nobody knows who you are this week.
I'm gonna call them out for not sending that memo out.
Yeah, no shit. Well, you didn't send the memo, so you're still Riley.
I didn't get the memo. Yeah, exactly. All right. So beyond just the trannies of the world and the people who are so confused about their world, here's some others that are just like mental illness. Let's put these people away or something, because oh my God. And here's the thing: when you watch this, watch everybody's reaction or lack thereof. I'm sorry, did you just step on my junk? If somebody, I was just recently in New York riding the subway, and if I was sitting down, my wife and I were sitting down and I had some mental patient like this crawling up on the pole on the bar and then stepping on my junk, I would probably, first of all, try to politely swipe it off, get your fucking foot off of my junk.
Yeah.
And if she continued to do it again, I'd probably have to take the leg and flip her around and smash her down on the freaking ground, because there comes a point.
I would have stood up and laid that bitch out, because why do you get to do this now? Why do you get to hang on the monkey bars and step on me? No, who gave you that authority? No.
Yeah.
Okay,
and who said there were monkey bars now for you?
Yeah, and the same person that gave you that. Yeah, the same person that gave you that authority to step on me is the same person that's given me authority to knock you the fuck out.
Your ass
out.
Yes. Yeah, bitch.
I'm serious, man.
Oh, yeah.
Like there's not enough quick repercussion for these kind of things and these kind of mental patients that take it out on normal people. And polite people
continue to do this.
They continue to do this. They haven't been slapped, you know what I mean, or called out and just said enough's enough with the bullshit. And so they just continue, and it's getting worse and worse and worse and worse. And now, just like this, you know what I mean, you have the authority now to just step on people at will whenever you want, because you're you.
And we're dudes, so of course we can't hit a chick, and I wouldn't, unless extreme circumstances where I was getting continually slapped or hit or punched or assaulted by this person. There comes a point where, law of the land, justice served is going to come back right at you, immediate justice, and you're going down, because there's a point you can only punch me, whatever, so many times before I'm like, okay, I don't care if you're a chick now, you're done.
My thing is, if you're identifying as Kevin, you're gonna get hit like Kevin. You know what I mean?
Well, and they forgot about that, didn't they?
Oh yeah, and then what happens in court? Well, he hit a woman. No,
it's a dude.
Yeah, she said he was Kevin.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So
right.
He got knocked out like Kevin.
Yeah. Here's another little angel of the world that we get to deal with.
Is this a Karen?
So sweet. A little buttercup right here. Let's check this out.
These are 3 crazy Karens. At number 3, this crazy Karen goes psycho.
Don't touch me.
Don't touch me! Don't touch me!
Why are you
and go!
Why?
Don't follow me around, you crazy fuckers!
But at number 2,
Who's the crazy
this Karen
fucker?
gets totally owned.
Step to her,
Come up and attack me
Go
again.
ahead.
Come and attack me again.
You assaulted a woman. You're pussy.
That ain't no woman.
And at number 1,
That
this
ain't no
crazy
woman.
Karen has some serious anger issues.
Careful.
Oh, I'm calling
Careful.
cops. You just touched me.
Call the cops. Call the cops. Call the cops. Call
You
the
just
cops.
touched me, yet
These are 3
touches
crazy
him how many
Karens. At number 3, this crazy
Yeah.
But it's okay for her to touch him and push him around. Assault him.
Like you can provoke, provoke and provoke. Oh, you touched me. No, I'm blocking you hitting me, dumbass.
Right. Yeah, I'm protecting myself.
Yeah.
And then you have other mental midgets like this, like, what the hell is wrong with this chick? And how come? I would love to see the after of this. Did this chick get arrested for indecent exposure? I would like to know this. Let's check it out.
Turn down for what? Turn down for what?
Is it okay for her to just do that in the middle of a mall? Isn't that called indecent exposure?
I would think
trying to
so.
remember.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember something like that, but I mean, it just is. There's a couple more, and then we'll end this because I don't want to beat a dead horse. I think everybody's kind of getting the idea that there's a little bit of mental instability out there, and we need to deal with a little more tough love than what we are.
A little bit more tough love.
And it's just crazy.
Oh, what you doing? Drink?
More hands to the face.
Oh, I'm jealous. You got your ID with you?
Yeah. Where's the restroom? Damn.
Damn.
I did about 10 of these.
How you doing?
We're pretty good.
Wait, you got on a Pepsi uniform buying Coke? Really?
Yeah.
This rude lady got instant karma because during a baseball game, she wouldn't move her leg when a kid politely asked to pass by. So the kid decided to step over her and move on until the lady did this. But the boy wasn't going to let that slide and came back with the best comeback ever.
11-year-olds, you idiot.
This rude lady got...
This will be the most consistent guy ever, as he keeps locking the only door to this escape room business every week, while leaving a paper with clues to the combination on the lock he used.
It just goes on. I mean, these people are freaking mental, dude.
This has to be the
pleasure doing business with you, sir. Thank you.
This man said that he can jump through this ring, but no one believed him because it's impossible. But he couldn't back out of it now because the whole town came here to see this. So he had a lot of pressure on himself to complete this challenge. But you can already see that there's no way that he can fit through this ring because the ring is just too small for him. So you won't believe what he ends up doing in the end because it's something that you've never seen before. But what's even crazier is that he wants to do it blindfolded. So he puts this black mask in front of his
he can blame
face
the
to make it even
blindfold for
harder. But
missing
this
the
makes
ring
jumping
or
through the
something,
ring
right?
seem even more impossible. So what ends up happening is just shocking. But as soon as he gets into position, he needs to double check for a moment. And you might not know it yet, but there's actually a secret way of jumping through the ring that will be revealed once he jumps through it. And you can just see that when he seems ready, he needs to triple check again, which is making the crowd very nervous. But they are not ready at all for what's actually about to happen, so it will blow their minds. But now you can see that he is actually ready to do the jump blindfolded. So this is what he does. Did you notice what he put under his mask? This man said that he can jump through this ring, but no one believed him because it's impossible. But he...
Not a mental patient like that. I just scrolling through just to see if
This
there's
female
more.
officer was challenged to a ring.
It's funny, but but the other ones, I mean, it's mental patients. Now this one's probably the one we'll end on because this one's classic. And if you have neighbors like this, God help you. I hope they move someday, or you're able to move or something, because these people are nuts.
Homeowner fights crazy neighbors off his yard with a garden hose.
Nice.
I got out of the car the other day, and my old man was right here. Why would y'all be rude? Because that right there made him cry all mother night.
Rude about what?
Laughing at him.
About what?
I don't know. Y'all were sitting. You're all
He's a
ladies
man's
sitting right here
man.
staring
You
at him, and
cry.
so were y'all's friends, and y'all were cracking up. When you came out, you
Oh no, we just got
No,
back.
don't answer no stupid question.
That's not stupid. I'm just asking.
I promise you that every day I come out here from now on, I'm going to make fun of you every time I walk out the door.
I want you to put me out. I want you to do it.
Get the hell out of this
No,
yard.
you put me out.
Get the f out. I'm telling you, get the f out of the yard. Get the f out of here.
Put your hands on me.
Come on.
Put your hands on me.
Put your hands on me.
How about I put some water in your face?
Homeowner fights crazy neighbor.
Oh, meth does crazy things to people, man.
Don't do drugs, kids.
Yeah,
Oh
it's,
my God.
It's an epidemic,
dude. I mean, that's just I mean, we could play videos like this for weeks on end, and it would be the same shit over and over and over again. We have a serious mental problem in this country and
do.
around the world, and these people.
Well, and I think it's again, I think it's the it's not calling them out, you know what I mean, and really
hold them accountable,
holding them accountable and really get to the root of their issues. You know what I mean?
I mean, good
somebody
luck,
has to.
yeah.
Apparently, they're not.
Oh my God, this is just insanity. Well, I mean, this kind of shows everybody this is what we're dealing with in the world, and you've probably run across a couple of these people here and there, and it's not our job to know what they are, who they are, what we're supposed to call them all the time. And I'm sorry if you look like a dude, we're going to call you a dude, and vice versa. You know, and it's just the way it is. And if you can't deal with it, then maybe you shouldn't go out in public.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Or you know, or don't go out in public and film it and provoke it. You know what I mean? Just to get some sort of reaction, because I guarantee you're not going to get the reaction that you want. And it's just going to make you look like, you know, it's going to expose your mental illness is what it's going to do, you know?
Well, it's going to expose your agenda to be a TikTok star.
Which
is trying to get more clicks.
Yeah.
Look what I'm doing. And people are eating it up. Yeah. It's just, it's sad, really. And these people are pathetic. And yeah, it's not a good thing. So anyway, but it is just, it's nuts. I think these people need some serious help, and we need to stop coddling them and kind of get people back on a little bit of tough love. Just like, you know what, suck it up, buttercup. Time to grow up, get some balls if you already had some. If you didn't, I'm not calling you a dude because you still look like a chick. So deal with it. You know, anyway. So thanks for joining us on this. I hope everybody had a little bit of a chuckle every once in a while on these things, or two, hopefully a little bit more. Again, these are just merely our opinions, our entertainment aspects that we're just presenting this to you, give a little levity to the situation, making fun of people who deserve to be made fun of. Yes, that's right. I said it. They
bringing a
deserve
little
to be
lightning
made fun
fluff, you know what
Yeah,
I mean?
we're just having fun. We're really normally pretty respectful to most everybody who does this, as long as they are respectful back to us. And you know, I would never do anything unless somebody's stepping on my junk in a subway.
Yeah, don't provoke me, man.
Yeah. There's a line that you have now crossed. So back the truck up, mother trucker. So anyway, well, we appreciate it. Go to our Etsy store, therudebarn.etsy.com. We've got some merch on there. We're trying to do more of these because we love doing these. These are a lot of fun. We got a couple more we're going to try to get done today real quick. And we enjoy doing it. So all proceeds go to help improve the show and allow us to do more things and have more time to, you know, entertain you all and have a good time with it. So please go check that out. We also want to thank our buddies over at the Bearded Viking.
BeardedViking.com, where you can get all your mead. Go to the Hooch Finder, and you can see where you can get mead near you. Yes, there it is.
Here's the Hooch Finder. Find mead near you, and you can just, oh, there's a bunch. A lot up in Kentucky.
It's getting closer. Getting to Wyoming, and then we're distributing out in Florida and that area out there. So yeah, bringing mead to the masses, baby.
And crafted mead, baby. Look, you got some new releases coming in there, and it's good shit. And there's some merch there as well that helps those guys out. We try to help those guys as well, because they're a good partner with us. We appreciate those guys, and you're actually a little good part of it, and I'm a small part of it. Hopefully, we'll be more and have fun with everything. So
we got to share.
But anyway, we appreciate everybody joining us, and please join us for the next rock socking roboting podcast from the Root Barn as we try to present some of the bullshit going on in the world and try to bring a little levity to it and a little understanding and different perspective and point of view that maybe you haven't seen or heard because you watched the lame stream media. Anyway, we appreciate you all joining us for the podcast today, and join us on the next one. And until then, have a good one, y'all.
Question everything, gang.